Hey guys, it's Hither Mann here, founder and CEO of Fortune Academy. I want to teach you how to retire younger and richer, and I can help you in your businesses, in your financial trading, in your whole life aspect as well, because I believe all of them are mixed. So this video is mainly focused on business owners. If you are thinking about setting up a business, then this is for you too, but it's really for those who've got a business, a product, making money right now, and how to really improve that in yourself, like how not to feel like you're burnt out, and also how to make more money. So let's go and talk about that. Tip number one, I want you to understand that if you have got staff in that business, then the way you pick staff is going to be the most important thing and skill set that you can ever learn. Now, bad news, it's almost like a 50-50 chance that they're going to be pretty bad staff. So that comes down to your contracts when it comes down to how you pick a staff member. If you've got them on payroll, such as, in full employment contracts, you are actually tied in for longer. You're going to have more legal issues when you try and get rid of them if they're not very good. A probation period is great, but even after that, the way to exit a contract on a payroll employment contract is so different. And please look into the laws about this. I'm going to give you the brief overview, but I feel to buy in a contractor is easier. So I make all my employees contractors so that my termination is faster, it's cleaner, there's no resentment, there's no disciplinaries involved, there's just an easy, it's an easy exit, because believe me, I've had to fire a few people in my lifetime and it's never been a happy process. People don't enjoy being fired for obvious reasons, but as an employer, it's so important to not fall back and just keep employing the individual that's a liability to your business. So if they've breached a law or contractual law, then you really need to be able to let them go. And this is where I recommend you have a contractor's agreement over just an employment agreement. Hope that made sense. Step number two. Now, when it comes to staff, because I really feel that I can't have grown my businesses, or I couldn't have stepped from one business to another had I not got an amazing person to run it. Even if it's just one individual to start with, you don't need a whole 10-man team to run a business initially. Eventually, yes. And like some of my businesses are a lot more. Some of them are just run by 3 people. Others have got like a 26 people team, depending on what your service is. Now, how to employ someone or even pick someone to work for you? Well, I have a little tip for you, which I think is really going to help, and that is give them a task to do. So very often when I'm trying to employ someone, I take my time, I learn about their personality. Obviously I interview them, but no one actually gives away all their true colors on an interview. They only come to light when you actually give them a task. So I give them a bite-sized task to do as a test, really, to see how reliable are they. Do they show up on time? Do they report back in time? The communication, do they get frustrated with feedback? You learn so much about them once they're actually in the deep end a little bit. Once they've passed that task, and that's without any contract in place, nothing, it's just like it's like a if you've got a salesperson, for example, I would hire new salespeople by giving them commission-only roles initially, because I have no liabilities that way. And of course, they have an agreement. They have to make sure they don't breach any contractual obligations just on representing the company. That's really important. If you can follow and watch how they work and record every meeting, watch the feedback watch their recordings of their meetings. That's where you really find out how they handle objections, represent your company, etc. That's going to be a huge takeaway as to whether they're even worth keeping as a full-time client, or a full-time contracting agent, if they're even worth keeping as a full-time individual in the company. So I have found my best hires have been through that route. The worst ones have been when I have just been reactive and someone's suddenly caused a problem and I've had to terminate the agreement really quickly because I'm like, oh my God, cannot continue, and we have gone through that quick termination, and then I'm just in a rush to hire the next person. Now, in those scenarios, I actually pick the worst people. I've had a succession of I think it was about 3 people back to back. They were really bad. So my advice to you is really have a plan of action so that if this individual actually leaves the company really quickly and leaves you in a bit of a tricky scenario, you've got a backup plan that you can pick up from where they've left. So it's so important. I know that I can transfer. How I've done it, for example, is I know that certain individuals in my team can take on temporarily, with added pay, the job of X person. So if person A suddenly drops out and just said I can't do this anymore, or just disappeared or whatever, or just quit, then person B is qualified enough to do that role as well. So there must be an overlap. There must be somebody in your team that has got the skill set to take over the other person's role. So always think and strategize so that your staff don't let you down, because I really feel that your staff and the way you hire them are like one of the most, well, probably the most important factor in scaling your business. Now, as a one-man band, trust me, you cannot get very far, and I hate business when it's a one-man band. In fact, it becomes too much. You know, you're doing the admin, you're doing the sales, you're doing the, I don't know what, everything. It's been a long time since I've been a one-man band, but my life really took off when I started hiring the right people. Now, of course, that brings in, you've got to be a people person, because you can't do business and hiring staff if you're really bad with understanding individuals. Now, let's be honest, not every CEO is a good people manager or like the founder of a business. They're not even CEOs. So many founders of businesses have to sometimes employ a CEO because they're really bad at like people managing, delegating tasks to inspire your staff. And you have to be honest, like you cannot expect, just because this is your business, you founded it, that you can be the CEO and you can be the best employer on the planet. Your founding concept of the business is where your forte is, and maybe you're a good salesperson, or maybe you're good at creative, but running people is a whole different skill set. So don't underestimate how tough that is, and I would definitely recommend you either get a CEO in if you're not good, or figure out a way of learning how to be a people person, you know, and that's where training comes in. Anyway, guys, before this gets very intense, I'm just going to wrap it up there with one last comment, which is, if you are a brand new business owner and you just starting off and you are the one-man band, how do you know when you need people to come in? Well, I would say to you, your biggest skill set here is bringing in the revenue. That's where the forte is. No business is making money without good sales. Okay, so you need to figure out how good are you at that sales role, or if that business starts making money, understand that you need more of those people to build your business. So if you're the main closer in your business, then great, teach that skill to someone else, because that will make them motivated. And I believe that sales individuals should always have commission built into their pay structure, because it will get them more motivated. No sales individual on a flat pay bracket is ever going to perform, hands down. I've tested it, tried it, and the same applies to social media people. I hate ad agencies. I have had really bad experiences where they just want to charge you a really high retainer to do lots of things, but they don't actually perform. When they're part of your business, when they give you, if you give a bit of revenue to them, performance related, they will act better for you. They will actually provide you with better results. So I hope that helps you as a beginner. Obviously, there are so many things I can tell you about business. I just wanted to put a few little bits together in this YouTube video, and I don't want to make it too long because I know you guys have got things to do. But if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and if you want to work with me on business coaching, that's exactly what I do through the Millionaire Mindset program, or better still, I've got my limitless one-to-one coaching where you work with me on a one-to-one basis. The kind of individuals that do that with me are very wealthy, although you don't have to be. It's still affordable if you're an ambitious individual, but it will give you one-on-one dedicated time with me, and very structured and very accelerated results is what you can guarantee from that program. So better still, you can work with me on the one-to-one limitless coaching program, where I can actually work with you, obviously on a one-to-one, figure out your game plan, figure out how you can improve your businesses much faster. Not group coaching, it's literally me and you, and it's private conversations. Don't ever go out anywhere else. Whatever you choose to do, I'm happy to help you either through the Millionaire Mindset or the one-to-one limitless coaching. So have a look on the links below. Love your comments. I literally get so much feedback from them. Follow me on social media, my favorite one being Instagram. So if you are an Instagram user, please follow me and interact with me there, because I really do put a lot of surveys out there. A lot of my daily thoughts are on Instagram, so I hope you can follow me there. So yeah, follow me on the other social media. I've got LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter. Yeah, I think I've named them all. So you can ask me questions, and of course I want you to be subscribing to my YouTube channel, because I will be putting out content like this on a regular basis, which I feel will really help you if you want to retire younger and richer. So thank you so much for your time and for just listening. I hope you took some notes. Watch this video again, take some notes. I do talk very fast, I know, but it's because I want to cram in a lot of info. So anyway, I'm gonna go. See you in the next video. Until then, Bye.